let's go, girl. Drop it to the floor, girl. Yeah, it's your world. Do what you wanna do. Do what you wanna do. Do what you wanna do. Let's go, girl. Drop it to the floor, girl. Yeah, it's your world. Do what you wanna.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Jenissa here, and today I'm going to be introducing myself and telling you guys about my nursing journey. So as mentioned, my name is Jenissa. I am 24 years old. I am born and raised in Houston, Texas. Naturally fine. No, but seriously, anyways. Like I said, I'm from Houston, born and raised. I am one of 6 children, very blended family. I am Mexican and black. I graduated from high school in 2015, top 13%, okay? Not top 10%, but top 13, like, who cares? Not top 10%. It's top 13, like 13 in the school. Anyways, so yeah, I'm very proud about that, as you guys can see. In my downtime, I like to hang out with friends. I like to brunch. I like to turn up. I like to do relaxing things like I like to go swimming. I like going to go get massages. I like to chill with my man. I like to chill with my family. I'm a very family oriented person. My friends are my family. What else? I like to work out. I try to work out when I get a chance. I'm adjusting to my new schedule, so I haven't been able to work out as much, but I like to work out. And I love to travel. Just came back from a great vacation, Las Vegas. It was well needed. I'm actually just got my passport, so your girl is finna be out of here real soon. Whenever I get a chance, whenever I get a day off, I'm gonna go somewhere. But I love to travel. So yeah, I'm not sure. I really didn't do like a Q&A thing, so I'm not sure what you guys really like just dying to know about me. I just wanted to like throw it out there, give a little key pointers about me. I just graduated nursing school. As you guys, most likely, if y'all are coming from my Instagram, y'all already know your girl passed the NCLEX. Okay, I'm gonna do another video. I'm gonna upload a video about how to pass the NCLEX. Be on the lookout for that. And I am a registered nurse. And so yeah, so let's just go ahead and get into my nursing journey. So graduating high school, I thought I was gonna go to Baylor. I thought I was gonna be a cardiovascular surgeon, but that did not happen. I applied to Baylor and I wasn't accepted. I was like accepted under certain conditions, but you know, when you apply to a college or a university, that really means like you wasn't like accepted. If it's conditions, you wasn't accepted. So yeah, so I wasn't accepted, unfortunately. And y'all, I was like a die hard Baylor fan. Why? I don't know. I was a part of a great organization and program called AVID in my high school, and it was a college readiness. It prepared you to get ready to go to college, like throughout high school from 9th to 12th grade. And we used to do college and university tours. I think I had been to Baylor twice, one with my family, one with my family and one with the program, and I just absolutely fell in love with Baylor. I would do research. I would go to the library and I would do research on cardiovascular surgeons, and I'm just like, I know I'm gonna be a cardiovascular surgeon. I'm gonna go to Baylor, but that did not happen. Honestly, once Baylor was not an option for me. I don't know why, but cardiovascular surgeon just wasn't really in my line of vision and in my future anymore. I knew that I wanted to be in the medical field though. I was raised by my grandmother, and she is like one of the main reasons why I wanted to become a nurse. And so yeah, that's a touchy subject, so we're just gonna move past that. But so yeah, so I knew that nursing was my calling. I knew that I wanted to help people. I knew that I wanted to care for people. I knew that I wanted to be an advocate for those who are ill, and just overall just help nurse people back to life and just back to good health, and you know, try my best to make people feel better about themselves, no matter the diagnosis or situation. and so from my own personal experiences with my grandmother. But the reason why I chose Texas Women's University is because I actually had a mentor throughout high school, and she was a great mentor. Shout out to Miss Johnson. She told me about Texas Women's University because she had been there and she had graduated from there, and she was also in the medical field. And so I had did my research about Texas Women's University. Like, one thing y'all gonna know about me is I'm gonna do my research. Like, I'm gonna do my research. It don't matter. I'm gonna Google some stuff. I'm gonna go to the library. I'm gonna ask people. But yeah, so I did my research about Texas Women's, and I realized that it may be a good place for me. So I had applied to Texas Women's University. Texas Women's University is in Denton, Texas. I was accepted, and so I had graduated in 2015 from high school. I had immediately went to Texas Women's University in Denton, and I had did my 2 years there for my prereqs of nursing. So Texas Women's University, they have 2 nursing programs, one in Houston and one in Dallas. I chose to apply to the one in Houston because I'm from Houston, and like, I'm gonna come back home because I don't want to pay to stay nowhere. I don't even think I had a car. Like, why not come back home? Anyways, it was just financially and just physically better for me to come back to Houston. And so even though I really enjoyed Denton, I really enjoyed it. I loved it. I love TW. I would definitely recommend it. It was a small town. It wasn't, I mean, it's growing, so I'm gonna say it was. My brother goes there now. Woo, shout out to Isaac. So it's growing. I've seen them build a lot more stores and just stuff around in the area. So it's a growing community, but I really loved it. 2 years in Denton at the main program, at the main campus, my prereqs. I had applied to the Houston Nursing School to get into Texas Women's University Nursing School. I'm not sure if it's still the same, but then I believe it was 2017 or 2018, we had to take the T's as the entrance exam. I know that some nursing schools have you take the HESI, and some of them have you take the T's. Texas Women's University has you take the T's. So I took the T's exam. It's the exam where I believe it's broken down in different core subjects like math, science, writing. I believe you can take them individually. I'm not 100% sure, but I had taken it the first time. I don't believe my scores were up to par or at the recommended passing rate, so because I remember having to take it another time. And so with me having to take it, I technically started nursing school a semester late. So that was like my first little struggle with my whole nursing journey, is me being starting a semester later than planned. But I mean, I ended up getting into the program, so honestly all of that was like just out the window. Like, it's cool, a semester. I mean, I ended up during that time, which I know, like, everything happens for a reason, like, for real, because when I had to retake the TEAS exam, I had a semester gap. And in that semester gap, I ended up picking up my minor, which is business administration, because your girl is all about her business, okay? But so everything happens for a reason. I was able to, squeeze my minor in there, double degree shoddy, okay? And so I started nursing school. I ended up starting nursing school, I believe, in 2018, at the end of 2017 or early 2018. I believe it was early 2018. So the nursing program was 2 years, 4 semesters. So this is where my journey just really started getting rough. Like, your girl really started going through it. Mind you, like I said, I graduated in the top 13% of my high school class, and I was a senior class historian. I forgot to say, you guys. But so I was a straight A student, A/B student, never had any trouble with like any classes. Math was my favorite subject. With my prereqs, I want to say chemistry was trying me, but I made it through. And A&P, it was a little challenging, but honestly not really. I actually did way better in A&P than I thought I was gonna do, because I used to hear like a lot of people say that it was really hard. Like it gave you a taste of what nursing school is gonna be like, and it's your foundation to like before nursing school. Like you want to know your A&P. For my nursing students, you want to know your A&P and just how the body works. But anyways, back to getting into nursing school. So I got into nursing school. I wish I could have my degree plan like in my face right now. I should have really had it here. But anyways, so 4 semesters. The first semester, I believe I took 3 classes. I believe it was clinical concepts. I can't remember the other class, but it was nursing assessments. So the first semester, I failed nursing assessments. I was like devastated. Like if anybody knows anything about nursing school, you can only fail, I believe you can fail out of the program. You can only really truly fail 1 class and retake it, because when you fail that second one, you basically out of the program. So it's really like 1 fail, but they say 2 fails, but after the second fail you out of the program, so it's really like 1. But anyways, so I was like just devastated, because when we start the program, you know, they tell us the policies, they let us know like, hey, like, you know, things happen. You may fail a course, but you probably don't want to choose to fail one of the earlier courses first, because that's basically your 1 strike and you done, because you failed a second class and you really done. So I failed nursing assessments, y'all. I was devastated. Like I was like, it's the end of the world for me. Like, you know, I felt like I had never really had any trouble with any classes, and so to me, like nursing school was completely foreign to me. Like I had to adjust very quickly regarding to failure. I had to adjust quickly with, you know, how I learned, how fast I learned, how well I understood the information, just like medical terminology, critical thinking skills. Like you don't have any of that when you start nursing school. Like you learn that throughout nursing school. And so I ended up failing the class. I was bummed out about it, but I mean, you know, it was cool. I was still able to take a couple of other classes that following semester with that 1 class that I had to retake. So I retook the class. I believe I got a B. And failing is a C, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember, y'all. It's almost like when I tell you I graduated, and that is old news, baby. Okay, because your girl is an RN. But anyways, I really want to tell y'all this story, because this is my what am I thinking of? This is my testimony, okay? Because God is going to pull you through, okay? You're gonna make it, but we're gonna get in that in a minute. So I retook my class. I passed it. Retaking the class, like I said, I thought it was the end of the world, but it was not the end of the world. I learned so much about myself with my resilience. I learned so much when it came to nursing. I learned the content way better. I had to just really come to terms with your journey is not going to be the same as everybody else's journey, you know? And you may have to retake a class. You may have to drop a class. You know, you may fail a class. You may need better understanding and just a slower process to be able to understand. You may need a lighter course load, because full time is 12 hours, and sometimes that's 3 to 4 classes. Sometimes you don't have time. 3 to 4 very hard classes, like not no easy classes, like very hard classes. Like sometimes you need to cut that in half, and you may need to go part-time, and it's just you just really have to figure out what works best for you, because what works best for you may not work best for the next person. And at the end of the day, you trying to graduate, you trying to get the job done. And so yeah, just trust the process. I know it's hard when you in the process, because nobody could have told me that I would be here right now telling you my journey as a registered nurse. So yeah, so I failed my very first class, very first semester. That put me behind a semester. That also meant that I wasn't graduating with the semester cohort that I started with. So we get past that, right? So then I want to say in the second year, first semester, so I'm like a senior one, because like I said, nursing school is 2 years. So I made it through my first year. We're on the second year. I had 2 deaths in the family. I had some personal things that I was going through, and I ended up having to drop the course. I was able to drop the course without failure because of the specific timeline, and this was adult 1, I believe. No, this was adult 2. This was adult 2 that I had to retake because I dropped it, and I was already not doing so well in the beginning, and then like my personal and family issues just was very overwhelming. So I went to my counselor and just, you know, went to student life and handled things that way. So that was another roadblock that I had to get across, and that was another setback. So now I'm like, oh my god, like I'm a year behind. Like it's just a lot going on. You know, family stuff is gonna happen, and you know, you may have to drop a class, or you know, you may have to basically you may have to drop a class. And my advice when it comes to drops, thankfully I did not drop any courses during my first 2 years in prereqs, because I believe that each college and university has a limit to how many drops you can do. So thankfully I hadn't used any drops, so I was new to the whole dropping process. So I ended up dropping that class without a failure, and I had to retake it. So I retook the class. I believe I got an A in the class. I did a lot better. My mind was clearer. I was able to heal and, you know, just focus on the nursing program and focus on school. And then we fast forward to my last semester in nursing school, y'all. So it's fresh. So I remember it like it was yesterday. So I was taking leadership, integration course, in community, right? So these are my last 3 classes, y'all. Last 3 classes, and this is fall semester of 2020. Okay, y'all, so this is last year. I'm supposed to graduate in December. I'm planning my graduation stuff, and I'm just like, y'all, like just thinking about graduation, and I'm focusing on school, but I'm just thinking about graduation. I'm just have a lot of other life stuff just, you know, distracting me. And y'all, I'm not doing well in my integration course, and I wind up basically not doing well. Like HESI was really hard for me, like the exit HESI. So we had to take, I want to say 3 HESI exams, and the HESI is over everything. The HESI, the reason why they have the HESI exam as the exit exam is because it's supposed to be like an NCLEX readiness course and exam. By depending on like how you do on the HESI exam, you're supposed to know if you're gonna pass the NCLEX or whatever. And so that's why they make it the exit exam. And so it's over all the information that you've learned in nursing school so far. Y'all, when I tell y'all, it was really hard. Like it was really hard for me to, it was all the information in one that we learned throughout the entire semester. It was learning how, like the style of questions. It was making sure that I knew the content. It was also endurance. Like I believe the HESI, each HESI exam was about 160 questions, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And so it was also about like having to sit there through the entire exam. And then it was the timing, like being able to pace yourself. So it was just really hard for me, y'all. And honestly, throughout nursing school, I really realized that I'm not the best test taker, and that I happen to have like test anxiety. I never had experienced test anxiety before, or just anxiety in general, as much as I had throughout nursing school. And so I didn't I didn't really do well on the HESIs, and there was one HESI left, and I remember just since I wasn't already doing well, I was keeping in touch with my course manager and just communicating with her, and she just had honestly told me, like, you know, if you don't pass this HESI, then this last HESI, then you will fail out of the program. And if you do pass the HESI, then it'll be great, but it would almost be like a miracle because of my basically my status of where I was already at in the class. Like I said, it was 3 HESIs, and I didn't do so well on the first 2, and it's a certain score that you have to make in order to pass the HESI. An average of all of the HESIs is a certain score that you have to make in order to pass the class. And so she just was honest with me, and she told me, like, you know, it's a possibility that you're not gonna, if you don't do perfect on this last HESI, it's a possibility that you're not gonna pass the exam and you're not gonna pass the exam, and you're not gonna pass the class. And so y'all, like this, like, and I was devastated once again, because I'm like, I was this close to graduating, and it's just like, okay, like, what do I have to do now? Like I'm this close to graduating. I have this one test that I just have to tackle, but I have to technically make a perfect score on it to even pass the class. And so honestly, I wasn't confident. I wasn't confident in myself. I wasn't confident in my knowledge. I ended up around that time having like a lot going on personally, and I just ended up taking her advice. And like I said, she was actually really honest with me and had told me, like, you know, if you don't pass, then you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail out of the program. And here I am on my last class. And so, just, you know how when you're talking to somebody, you can tell, like, at the end of the day, you should believe in yourself, but you know how you can kind of tell if somebody believes in you too? Or like, you can tell if they're kind of like basically trying to hint to you, like, you should probably like just drop the class and retake it. Or if they're like, yeah, I believe in you, like, you can do it, like, it can be done. And it's just the energy that I was getting from her, and just the energy that I was feeling within myself. I prayed on it, and I just knew that the best decision was for me to make was to just drop the class. Because what am I losing by dropping the class? What, graduation, a graduation party, a graduation in December versus a graduation in May? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we get so caught up in like how our plan is supposed to go. And y'all, let me tell y'all, I am the queen of planning. I'm the queen of manifestation. Like, I'm gonna post it everywhere. I have sticky notes everywhere of my goals, and I write down my goals. I conquer my goals. I make new goals. I have right in front of me what I want to do, what my plan is. And so when that doesn't happen for me, it's almost like the end of the world almost every single time. And so I don't know why at this point I didn't really get used to the process of failure, or just the process of having to just take the longer route, like I mentioned before. And so I prayed on it, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna drop the class. I'd rather graduate later than fail out of the program now. I've gone too far to lose it all. So I made the conscious decision of dropping the course. And then in spring, so in that time, the winter break, I took care of myself. I took care of myself mentally, emotionally, physically. I healed myself. I gained confidence in myself. And it was just a very growing and healing and humbling process. Like, this past like November to like January, when the semester started up again. And so the new semester, which was spring semester of 2021, I ended up retaking my integration course, and that was the only course that I took. And like I said, y'all, in the beginning, I just so happen to be the nursing student that probably needs to just take one class or two classes and not all my classes, because when you have a course load of very important classes that are very vigorous work, and you very vigorous, like vigorous is already very, but yeah, anyways guys, so, and you have a class that is just all like a class that's demanding so much of you, like studying, like you have to study just as hard as in one class for all classes. And I'm not complaining, y'all, I'm just making it clear that, like, you know, everybody's studying technique, everybody's process, everybody's strengths, everybody's weaknesses are different. And every time that I had to retake a course, I did so much better. Like, I was able to put all my energy into that one course. Like, when I retook integration, I did great on the HESI. Like, my scores doubled. I was able to spend more time studying. Like, I had one goal, and it was to pass the HESI, and I did that with no problem, no borderline, no nothing. So y'all, so that basically, that's my story. I graduated in May of 2021. Like, finally, like, mama, we made it, graduated. Like, I was just so relieved. I am so relieved. And the process, honestly, everything that I went through made this degree, the two letters behind my name, like, ever more so rewarding. Like, I am grateful, I am humbled, like I mentioned, and I am just so blessed, and just, like I said, I'm a living testimony that you can do anything you put your mind to. Like, believe in yourself, you know, believe in your God and your higher power. Pray. Like, you can do anything that you want to do, anything that you put your mind to. Like, manifestation is real. Like, I manifested where I am today, and I'm speechless. Like, I'm speechless. But overall, my nursing journey, it made me who I am. It made me the nurse that I am today, the nurse that I will be. It shaped me to be me. And so nursing is just basically a major part of my life, and it's very important to me. And that's my nursing journey. I graduated, and I graduated in May, and I took my NCLEX I took my NCLEX July 7th, and I passed on the first try and 145 questions. The questions don't make you either, because of course God was like, you gonna pass on the first time, but girl, I'm gonna give you all them questions, which, I mean, it's cool, because I passed on the first time. I don't care how many questions I would have got. I'm just glad that I passed on the first time, and I'm just grateful. And so, yeah, like I said, that's my nursing journey. If you guys want to know anything else about me, I guess comment below. If you guys have any questions, comment below. I plan on doing some tips, nursing school tips, and like I said, just on my channel, I plan to do a lot of things nursing related, a little beauty here and there, and a little lifestyle here and there. But overall, nursing is a major part of my life, and I'm just here for all the other nursing students who are going through, or the nurses who have been through things that I've been through throughout the nursing program and nursing journey. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed getting to know me. I hope I answered some questions that you guys had, and yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye.
What you wanna do? Let's go, girl. Drop it to the floor, girl. Yes, your world. Do what you wanna do.